Billy Martin is one of the nicest boys in our town. The trouble was, Billy had the wrong idea about being clean.
Wash, wash, wash. They just want me to be a sissy. I bet cowboys don't wash all the time.
It's not sissy to be clean.
You're a living cake of soap.
So many boys and girls don't understand what a good friend I can be.
Why, I see a cowboy. He's washing up.
There's nothing sissy about that cowboy, is there? If you get disease germs on your hands, and then put your hands in your eyes, or in your mouth, those disease germs can get inside of you. But you and I can kill most of the germs on your hands, so they can't make you sick, if we work as partners. So be a germ fighter with me. Learn good hand habits. So long, partner, and don't forget.
I won't, Soapy.
And Billy didn't forget. He's one of the cleanest boys in our town now. And certainly, he's one of the happiest.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Drinks with Johnny, and I am joined by comedian Taylor Williamson. How you doing today, brother?
Hey, everybody. I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. This is gonna be great. I can tell you have me laughing, and we just started. You know, so this is great.
I had told you in real life, but now at press record, I'm losing my voice from. I'm traveling a lot. I'm a big deal. You know.
Yeah, I know.
You wouldn't know what that's like traveling.
I don't think I've been to the same. No.
What's the longest that you've been gone for?
Gone for?
Yeah,
oh
straight.
man, like straight. Probably a solid 2.5, 3 months.
Yeah.
Like if I was, maybe even longer, because if a tour finishes up like on the East Coast and then we go into Europe, those ones get real long because like, instead of coming all the way back,
Yeah.
we'd go there. And that was also like back in the day. Now that we're a little older, a little grislier, we don't do it as much. We're like, let's just go home for a little bit. Screw the money.
Like we bought our house.
Yeah, we got kids too. And we're like, let's just go home and see our kids and shit, you know. So
Spotify. People can hear our music easier now. They don't have to go
Listen,
to
we don't have to kill ourselves as much as we once did. But you just mentioned you got off the road. You just got back from a U.S. tour, right?
Yeah. Have you ever done anything like that?
We have. We did ours. Was it back in like 2010? I want to say we did ours through the parts of the Middle East. We went to Baghdad and Kuwait and a couple other bases in that area.
It's amazing.
Wasn't it such a cool experience though to like be able to get back to those like those soldiers and stuff like?
Yeah, you went to Iraq. I went to like where the scary things really happen. Italy.
Oh, is that where?
Yeah.
Right now, there's a big problem in Italy.
Watch out, Italy. There's just a lot of pizza. A lot of. If you're lactose intolerant,
that's what the war's on right now.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
I thought it was something else. Okay.
No, I was actually supposed to go to Iraq. I signed up to go in Thanksgiving.
Okay.
In Thanksgiving. Whenever I go to another country, I come back. I speak slightly poor. I already speak trash English already.
Okay.
But I start
but
to
now
speak.
you were so ingratiated in the culture that when you came back, it was.
But I've been told that I do this, and like it's my American friend told me this is like mansplaining.
Okay.
Like when I went to Japan, I speak slightly caveman talk. So I studied Japanese as a kid, so I think I'm being respectful.
I don't think it's mansplaining if it's to another man.
I don't know what the word is. Racist? Is that the word? No, but like Italian, like my Italian friends who don't speak English perfectly, like maybe I'll speak a little. Even that, I feel like I'm
if you're doing it, you're talking with your hands.
Maybe
you
I speak a little less perfecto, you know what I mean? Perfecte, whatever the fuck. Did you know that you speak Italian, like you just go like this and speak English, they understand? They don't understand if you talk like this, but if you go like this, they
Is that real? I mean, I've been to Italy a couple times. That didn't work out too well for me.
They all speak English. Like I paid $5 for this app that teaches you how to say things like, do you have a condom and stuff? And I didn't get to use
the real important stuff that you need to know.
Yeah. It's called Learn Italian on iPhone app. I should get paid for this, but everyone speaks.
Should at least get free condoms.
I should at least get. It's not even a condom app, but Trojan should just send me condoms. What am I talking about? I was supposed to go to Iraq, and then they canceled the tour and they didn't say why. Mm-hmm. And then I just found out why, because Trump came to visit them. And they just canceled the tour.
Everything. Okay.
Yeah. So. We're not getting political here, but Trump's ruining my life. Most white people are like, my life's better. Well, he'd take away my jobs. I was supposed to go to Iraq with like a famous guy, like a super, because they have this like huge tour where they do like what do you call it? Like a chairman joint chief of staff tour. So it's like they have like huge celebrities go, and they have a comedian.
Okay.
And I was so excited. No pressure on me. I'm just the comedian. I'm not the guy. Like, who's coming? Oh, Scarlett Johansson. Great. And there's a comedian. I'm that guy.
Okay.
So then that tour got canceled. And then they called me. Do you want to come to Italy? And I'm like, cool. Who am I going with? And they're like, oh, like you're the special guest. I'm like, what? These poor fucking soldiers and service people.
Well, how did it go though? I'm sure
it went great.
well.
But
Yeah.
I'm amazing. But I was like, I can't. I love myself more than most people do.
Okay, that's a good thing to have, though. It's 2020. Like everyone talks about having this self-image and everything like that. And you're like light years ahead of it. So that's great.
Amazing. But I think I just said I love myself. No one loves me, but I love myself. I don't know what I'm saying. No, but I was like, I can't be the guy. These people are putting their lives on the line and they're sacrificing their time and they're risking their lives and all these things that they do for us and they work so hard and they leave their family behind. And then special guest, they're like, who's coming to perform for us? This guy Taylor who lost on America's Got Talent. They're like, what the fuck, you know?
Well, I mean, runner up. I mean,
I'm amazing.
Yeah, I mean.
But I have a buddy, he's an actor from Two Broke Girls, this guy Jonathan Kite, and he's a really funny comedian too. So I was
Awesome.
like, can I bring somebody? So anyways, we had fun. I went on vacation for a week. So we went to Milan. And you know Zebrahead guys?
Yeah, I do.
I'm buddies with them, and so they were opening for Sum 41 in Italy.
Okay.
They're on a whole Europe tour. So,
cool.
So we went on.
Just how it happened on there at the same time?
No, they saw I was gonna be.
And they were like, "See, Taylor's gonna be in Europe. You gotta make this happen."
So they made a whole trip out of it. So that was like special to see buddies. I saw them in Tokyo also.
Yeah.
So we went to Milan and Rome and Venice and Verona, and then we did the USO tour in Aviano Air Force Base in Vicenza.
Okay.
Army base, I think, and then Sigonella Navy or Army, I don't know, and Navy, and then Naples. I don't know. They're all they're all great people.
I like how you're struggling to get that, and I'm in my head. I'm like, oh, he doesn't remember. And I thought about it. I was like, I couldn't name you a single one of the bases I went to.
I was there 4 days ago. So.
That's a little closer, but still, I don't think I could have 4 days after had been able to remember all those stops. Like I remember the cities.
Sure.
But that's about it.
Did you change your act for different military people?
No. Apparently, our act goes over really well with military.
But I'm curious.
No, we did. We just went out. The only thing that we had to change was, we couldn't get into the Middle East with like our full production or anything like that. It was more just us one-on-one with the fans and stuff, or the military guys. So one of the times where like someone was laughing because we were just coming in there from Europe, and the side of my hair had grown out a little bit, and I was like, man, I need to get a haircut real quick. So I had our roadie out there with a shaver, just shaving the side of it so I could put my mohawk up, and like one of my other bandmates, I can't remember who said it, they were like, isn't that a little disrespectful? You're coming in and like have a mohawk and everything. I was like, but they want to see me in my true form, right? Yeah. And then everyone was like, I'm so glad you wore the mohawk. And I was like, all right, yeah, I did the right thing then.
No, they want to see you 100%, of course. Yeah. So we did, once some shows had families in there and literally babies. So because I'm ignorantly assuming in Iraq people don't bring their families with them.
They didn't have families there where
I'm guessing
not where we were at. There was a base called Mortarville that we were at. I like that was its nickname, obviously. Yeah. But that was so. I don't think there was any families staying there unless you're like one of the families of someone head way up and they're kind of boxed away from everything, I guess.
So in Italy, like a lot of people bring their wives and kids. And
of course. That's kind of that's probably their basis to have them out.
Yeah.
While they're in between going to the tougher ones, right?
Yeah. So anyway, so some of the shows were like the Navy. It was like an Air Force. There was families and babies in the crowd. Normally, I'd be like, "What the fuck is there? Who brings their fucking baby to a comedy show?" But here, I'm just like, "Oh, it's a cute baby." It's just like, what do you need from me? Honestly, I've never been less.
Also, you're a little scared because they're carrying. Right?
Yeah, and also they can all murder me. They don't need a gun to kill me. I'm very weak. But then, so those family shows were just kind of like, and we can still say fuck, like they don't care, you know?
Yeah.
But I asked or whatever. But then we did a show for Marines at a bar, and some of the Marines there they were playing pool, and the producer, the USO person had to say, please stop playing pool, we're gonna have a comedy show. And I'm just like, oh God.
They're like, I just wanted to play pool on my day off.
They're like, it's my day off, I'm fighting for the world. I'm defending your freedom. And you're telling me I can't play pool?
Talk about like the old comedic term, tough room.
Yeah. So then like the Marines, that we leaned into dick jokes because that's what they wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah. Respect.
Yeah. I mean, that's.
What do you do?
I mean, amongst guys, dick jokes are always working.
Listen, you can't go wrong with a good hour of dick jokes, you know.
Speaking of dick jokes, families, you got any family?
Do I have a family?
Oh yeah.
No, I'm just a guy. I'm looking for a wife. I tried to get an Italian wife when I was in Italy. It failed.
Oh man. I'm sorry. You'll go back. You'll find one next time.
You think so?
Yeah. Why not?
You had such confidence the first time.
Well, when you question yourself, then I got to question.
No, I was questioning you. I was excited. I thought you know something I don't know.
Just gotta roll with it, man. Just be like, yeah, of course I could go to Italy and score that wife next time.
My buddy and I were on these dating apps, and like we kept matching girls like the day after we leave the city.
Oh, I'm so far out of the dating app game that I just assumed like it wasn't international. I don't know why. Like you just said that you're like on the dating apps in Italy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why I didn't even realize that would be a thing.
Are you married?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good like on tape. I didn't even know they work in other countries.
You try to fucking sell me up, Taylor.
Smart man. It's a good husband. A smart husband. I have a good husband. A smart husband.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I mean, your rock star dating life is so much more interesting than like a comedian life. Like I have a friend in a band, and he's like, I've only done the tour bus thing twice in my life. Mostly as a comedian at my level, it's comedy clubs. So I go to one city for Thursday through Saturday. I do five shows and I leave. You know.
Okay. How are you traveling then?
I fly to a city.
Okay.
And I just hang out for a few days.
And then fly.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
gotcha.
that's probably 90% of my life and over traveling. But my friend in this band was telling me like touring Europe, like he hooked up with a girl. Like I get a hotel. No, I'm really not that groupie life guy. Not by my choice. I just haven't had the opportunity. But my friend in this band, he was telling me how, like in Europe, he's like you bring a girl on the tour bus, and then they wake up in another country, and you just go "Fide say, arrivederci," and they just get out and they just leave a woman stranded in another country. I think it's so special.
They got good. They got better public transportation than we have here, so they're not as worried about it. They got trains.
You're doing them a favor.
I mean, I've never done this. You were talking about somebody else.
Other people,
like you just said. Yeah. Your buddy, and you didn't even say which band or who he is or anything like that.
I don't know, but I'm like saving it. It's just
no.
I feel like I don't know. It's a private story. I mean,
that's probably a private story.
if I know 50 people who have that story, you know?
I don't know. I don't hang out with those kind of guys.
Look at you. Good.
Yeah. Oh man. So another thing that I found out about you, and it was between a new mutual friend that we have in Darby Allen.
Oh yeah.
Is that how did you meet Darby? Because we just had him on the show a few days ago, and the guy is nuts in a great way.
Yeah,
you actually were the one that got him on the show, basically. You put us in contact with each other.
Make things happen.
How did that happen? I asked him the question, and he was just like, yeah, I wanted to do some crazy stuff, and he's like, you should go on this show. And but I was like, I could probably get a little bit more out of Taylor on that.
I mean, he's my new friend too. Like, I'm a huge wrestling fan, and I've hung out. I have a bunch of friends that do wrestling stuff because my childhood dreams have come true, basically. What's weird is they're all younger than me. Like, isn't it weird when are you a Lakers fan? Like,
huge Lakers fan.
Isn't it weird how when the athletes you look up to, or they
tell their
when
age?
They become younger than you?
Yeah, no, it's been for a few years now, but yeah, like when they show them right out of college and their rookie year and say what age they are and everything like that, and like they're just these superstars, super athletes, and I'm just like, and they look like men. Yeah, and I'm like, yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I was watching some old wrestling clip, and like it was like Stone Cold Steve Austin, and when he won at WrestleMania, he's like 31. I'm like, he's younger than me now than when.
You can't. So you go back on the vault then too, right? Do you have a WWE network?
Yeah, I'm a big nerd about all this. Oh, so Ed Darby, I met him at some wrestling things, and then it was like, let's hang out when you're in LA, and then we hung out, and he told me all these insane stories, and I'm sure he told you some about all these people.
A little bit, yeah.
And I said to him,
did you get to meet those people?
No, I don't know if I want to. But I said to him, he's really into pranks and all these things, and I said to him, his pranks are like next level pranks that might be illegal, you know?
Yeah, I don't know how much they're pranks as much as they're just like, I can get somebody to do some shit.
Like, you thought he was gonna murder you, but he's my friend.
Yeah.
Like picking up a fake hitchhike. I think about it. I remember the story, but I think he told me one about one of his buddies, and they picked him up, and I think he was a fake hitchhiker. I'm sure. Somehow, someone ended up in the back seat of a car, and then they were worried he was gonna murder them, but the other guy didn't know that he was his friend, pretending to be a creepy guy.
You didn't give me that story.
Yeah, so I said to him, like, our friendship is new, and I'm really excited about it. But if you ever do, I didn't threaten him. I just said, don't you ever. I am not down.
You said, please don't ever do
I just said, please. I have nothing I can do to you, but please don't do. Yeah.
He was so. How exactly did he ask you, or like what was that conversation?
How did he connect with you?
Yeah, like
well, because I've been asked to do your show like 14 times.
I think it was. Yeah,
I'm very popular. No, I'm very flattered. But just like when I live a little far from here, so when can we be here? I mentioned I enjoy your music so much. You guys are fucking
thank you,
badass, and I think he's. I hope this is it's a compliment. Like he's the pro wrestling version. I think if there's a what do you call it, like a category of music, he's kind of your category for pro wrestling.
Yeah.
And he's bringing something special and different that really isn't showcased. And I just think like if you had a music video, I feel like he would fit in it. And if you guys were gonna play someone to the ring, I feel like you guys could.
It would be a good fit. Yeah, I mean that would fit his gimmick. I would think. Yeah. So that's pretty much just. I was just chatting with them, and you're like, I think this would work out, because then you sent us an email. You're like, I still can't do the show yet, but I got something good. Yeah. Here's Darby.
Yeah. So I'm happy. You guys don't hate each other, and
no, dude. He was awesome. He came in with his brothers and some of his friends. Yeah, I'm like, I don't know what the fuck that is.
What is happening?
He asked Darby what to ask you about, and he said there was a car ride, to ask you about a car ride to lunch with his brother.
That was the one he just told.
Yeah, I
mean, that was literally the one he just told.
I mean, like, we drove. Yeah, I don't remember. I mean, he told me, all I remember from that is that I have a whole bunch of dog hair in my back seat still that I haven't gotten out of my back seat from his dog.
Yeah.
And he just told me every crazy story I've ever heard in my life. But nothing bad happened.
No. Yeah, he's like, oh. You got dog hair. That was pretty bad. Did you have allergies from that? Is that what? Yeah.
No, just a bunch of dog hair in my backseat.
Yeah, so pretty uneventful.
Yeah. No, I'm trying to think. It was just a long drive of me going like, what the fuck? Are you serious? Are you serious? Like,
yeah.
He's fascinating. And,
he really is.
And he's terribly talented, and I love that wrestling's not his end game. Like he's so good at it, but he wants to, and he is like he's a filmmaker, and he's a skater, and he's an artist, you know?
Yeah, he's got a lot of great ideas. He does his own promos. Yeah. He's like got his film career coming and everything like that. And I was just like, and he's an awesome skater too. Like we went just over here in Huntington. He's like, oh yeah, meet me at the skate park around here. I've never been to the skate park before. I've lived here my entire life. I've never been to the skate park. I had to find it. And then we just roll up, and it's got these giant fucking bowls and everything like that, and a huge like 15-foot ramp, and it's just this amazing place I've never seen before.
Yeah.
And he just carving it up in there, and I was just like, oh, this guy. And I was like, they let you do that like while you're under contract? He's like, well, I'm kind of in between right now anyway, so like. Not in between contract, but he's in between shows right now. Yeah. So and they all they do is the TV stuff. So when he's not on TV, he has time off for a little bit. So it's pretty interesting, right? But he's just super wild guy. He had a whole posse that came in with him. These guys were awesome. They were all hilarious in their own ways. They kind of reminded me of like a different backyard jackass kind of vibe
Yeah,
going on.
100%,
Like,
yeah.
and they were showing me bruises that they had from a bunch of stupid shit that they had done, and I was just like, you guys are next level. I like this. Like, this is fun. So I actually had them all pile in here. We were all piled in here and did a whole bunch of stuff with them.
You did the interview together with everyone?
It was with Darby and Priscilla mostly.
She's amazing too.
And then we brought in, everybody else.
Great.
And it got pretty wild.
Steve-O's the other guy who I wanted to connect him with. Like,
Yeah.
I just think,
That would definitely be a good connection.
He's all Steve-O's did wrestling. Did you ever see his thing?
I never saw his wrestling, no.
He got the shit beaten out of him by this guy Umaga, who passed away, unfortunately. Do you remember Umaga? He was like one of these huge Samoan dudes.
Okay.
And like it was him and I think it was Chris Pontius, I believe.
Okay.
And they're promoting a movie. I think they're promoting Jackass 3 or something. Or they're promoting Wild Boys. I'm not sure. But yeah, they go in the ring and obviously it's planned.
Yeah.
But Steve-O did something, like I think he didn't sell the move, like he got hit and then he talks about one of his YouTube videos, that you can find it if you want to see it, but he kind of goes through what happened.
Yeah.
I think he got up, but you're supposed to if a wrestler hits, you're supposed to stay down because you got knocked out, but he got up
and then didn't
and
realize.
the guy just I think he had a concussion or something, the guy beat the shit out of him, because he's raised by he's like second generation, like.
So he's like, you blew the match and now I really have to hurt you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I'm gonna make you stay down. They can't get away with that now, but this was like a few years ago when they could still do that shit.
The good old days.
Yeah.
Now, when did your fandom for wrestling start?
I really got into it when I was like 10, I think.
What era was that? Like, who were your like favorites that you were watching when you were 10? That like when you threw on the TV, you're watching.
Yeah.
Throw out a name here, you know.
I mean, when I got old, a couple years later, like The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin and D-Generation X was so cool.
Awesome. So Attitude Era.
Yeah, that stuff is when I like super got into it, and like I used to go to all the shows, and I think I had a bad mom because she let me go to all the shows. Like the craziest thing that my mom did, which I'm wondering if it's a bad parent. It was like too nice to do this. But they had a big I was in Vegas, got a family out there, my grandparents, and I have aunts and uncles, so I was out there already, and then they had a big show at the MGM Grand Garden Arena. Okay. And Monday Nitro. Oh, no, yeah, but then
was it Nitro? Was it WCW, or was it?
WCW, so it was Nitro. And then the night before in San Diego, where I'm from, they had the WCW Bash at the Beach pay-per-view with Karl Malone and
Dennis Rodman against, was it DDP and Hogan?
Look at you, yeah. So
I told you I was going to make you feel comfortable about your shit.
I'm so impressed. So it's DDP and all your viewers and listeners are just like, we're done.
They just switched off. They switched the YouTube channel.
It was DDP and, I gotta get it right, DDP and Karl Malone versus Hulk Hogan and Dennis Rodman.
Yep.
So my mom flew me back to San Diego
to see that,
to come to the show, and then she flew me back to Vegas the next day.
So did she go with you though?
No, with my brother, but that was important.
Is your brother older or younger?
Older brother, yeah.
Okay, but there's still like, and you're probably old enough to handle yourself a little bit.
Yeah, it was like, you're dropped
I don't think
off.
that's that bad. I mean, I went to like first rock concerts by myself when I was like 14, 15, so about the same age. I don't think that's that bad, unless we were both just raised by horrible mothers.
I mean, my mom did go, because I did go to a wrestling match with my mom one time, like a Monday Night Raw, and this is when it was like between PG-13 and R, you know? It's kind of R, honestly.
Oh, it was, which was the era I loved.
Yeah, and my mom went with me, and she went to go read a book in the lobby, and she sat next to an adult man who's like cosplaying Stone Cold Steve Austin like every day of his life, like he's bald and has the goatee. And she was like, "Let's watch my kid," and I'm just like, "Oh, what the fuck?"
You just asked Stone Cold to watch me.
Maybe it was really him.
Maybe it was him. Maybe she knew, and she's just like, "Stone, come on."
I didn't think about that.
Stunning Steve, as he used to be.
Wow, you really know your stuff. Wow.
One of the Hollywood blondes, man. So I actually was a huge fan growing up. My father, I've told this story a couple times before. My father took me to a house show for my very first time after he told me all day that I was being a dick. Like my grandmother was watching me and she was like, "Oh, he was unruly the whole time. He's in trouble." I was like, "Grandma?" And then he took me to this. He's like, "Oh, you're going to a meeting with me. Like you're just gonna have to sit in the car and like all this stuff." He pulls up, starts putting face makeup on to look like Doink the Clown. And I'm like, what is happening? And then he's like, and he showed me the tickets, and we were gonna go see a WWF house show at the time. So I've been like huge fan since like 90, as early as I can remember, really.
Yeah.
And then kind of fell out of it after like early 2000s for a while.
Yeah.
I started listening to this podcast, 83 Weeks with Eric Bischoff.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So I started listening to that podcast, and I was just like, I remember all this, the Monday Night Wars. This was like my favorite heyday of wrestling.
Yeah.
And then they would talk about the WWE Network, and I was like, I had heard about it, and they're talking about how everything lived on the vault.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm going back.
Yeah.
I rewatched everything from 93 on in WCW till it was done.
Really?
But then now I'm at 96 from the same time frame. I want to compare them, the WWE, because I just want to relive that time again.
So you watch like the pay-per-views or
Just the pay-per-views.
Yeah.
I can't get through that many hours. I mean, I do have other things I got to do.
Have you done, like, Tony Schiavone has his podcast. And
I listened to a little bit of it, yeah.
He, like, what do you call it? Like, they watch the pay-per-view with you. So you
The watch-alongs.
The watch-along, yeah.
Yeah. Do you have some favorite podcasts you listen to?
I listen to a bunch of those. Like, I know, like, Conrad is the reason who's like
Conrad
I
Thompson.
feel anyone watching this is like, what the fuck? There's this guy who's like a wrestling. It's really beautiful and amazing.
Yeah.
This guy was a wrestling fan forever, like hardcore wrestling fan on a whole other level, and he started podcasting with these wrestling people who some of them aren't in the business anymore, not by their own choice. And he, for whatever, he's just a fan. He knows him and these wrestling icon guys have this dynamic that, whatever reason, it works like crazy. A lot of people do things that doesn't work, but their thing hit and touched a lot of people, and these people are all back in the business. I think he's the reason Tony Schiavone is working in AEW. He's Bruce Pritchard, like, you know that guy?
Bruce Pritchard, yeah, Something to Wrestle With podcast.
How inspiring, like, he was fired from WWE 10 years ago for whatever, and he says he hit rock bottom, and like, because there's not that many places to work. If you're executive producer at WWE,
especially at the time, like,
yeah.
I mean, it's, you know, that drop off to the next thing is independent, and there's not a lot of money there, you know, so until AEW came along, it's kind of like, oh, okay.
Same thing happens in show business. I'm sure in music too, which I think is show business too. I don't know, but like movie, TV business, like you meet with executives and then they don't have a job in 2 years, and then they don't have a job at all anymore. Because once you get a job like that, what do you do next? You know?
Yeah.
So anyway, he kind of, things were not as great as he would like them to be in his life, you know. And he started podcasting with this guy because, like, whatever, he just answered questions, whatever, and they start selling out theaters and comedy clubs doing a live show. And then they had like a anniversary show for Monday Night Raw where they brought back like iconic characters, and they had all these really cool guys come out. And then Bruce Pritchard came out, and I think it was Madison Square Garden, and he got a bigger pop reaction than all the other people because his podcast. And then Vince McMahon saw that, I think, like, wait a minute here, because they respects hustle and work ethic and people getting over on their own, and then he's back, and he's like the senior vice president of WWE, and he's running SmackDown, and it's really inspirational. And
totally, Tony
Schiavone was working at Starbucks, which he's proud of. It's not like bad things to have a job, but he was the play-by-play guy for Nitro we watched as kids, and then now he's back in AEW. He's
back doing play-by-play again, which is great.
It's
great to hear his voice again, to be honest.
It's amazing. He's still got it, and it's. I love inspiring stories of things going. I don't know. It's great.
Yeah. Well, you got a pretty inspiring story too. I mean, you.
I'm trash. I don't know.
How do you go from the beginning of this podcast to telling me how much you love yourself and just call yourself trash?
You don't get it. I was fishing for you. You're supposed to go. No, you're not.
Oh.
You're so bad at this.
I know, this is my first time.
You know how to work with an insecure comedian? You know what?
You're still bringing it up.
Have you ever seen this one? They do that. Yeah. I've seen this. I didn't know they do this one.
I think that's even less respect.
I've heard this is like bad news.
Yeah. It's like you're walking down the wrong alley at that point, I think.
This guy, I got one of those in Italy. You want to hear about this?
Yeah, of course. What did you?
It's really not a good
what did you
story.
do to deserve this?
It's really, actually, as I brought it up, I'm like, wait till you hear this. It's not that good a story.
I'm sure it's a great story. I'm learning already. I'm sure it's a great story.
Oh, really? Yeah. I like that. Listen, so I was in Verona, you know, the hometown of Romeo and Juliet.
Okay.
Friends of mine, and I was leaving my suitcase at the train station because I was only going for the day, and we want to walk around and stuff. And the sign said €6 to leave your suitcase. And then the guy's like, and the guy before me, they were fighting a lot, and I watched it through the glass, and it made me happy. And then I like confrontation in different countries. I don't know what they're saying. It's kind of funny to me.
I mean, confrontation in general, that's kind of fun to watch. Like,
I agree.
Like you want to like. It's a little inhumane, but you kind of like are like, oh, dude, what's gonna happen?
Yeah.
Like, ooh, these guys are about to get into it.
It's like reality TV. It's just great.
Yeah.
Like, who watches this shit? Then you're like, oh. This
And later
great.
you're like, man, I really shouldn't have like cared that much if they were gonna get in a fight over the shopping cart, but I really wanted to see it.
Yeah,
like,
I love it. I'm a bad person.
Yeah.
And, so they fought. So then we got it. So I think we got kind of leftover baggage, part in the baggage pun with the baggage guy. But so I think he kind of took it out on us. I was like, he said €12, and I said, but very calmly, I'm like, but sir, the sign says €6. And he's like, that's for under 3 hours. You're staying for 6 hours. And I was just like, oh, okay. And he's like, and he keeps going. And I think he had the thing where like you ever like mad at somebody, you have a whole speech you're gonna give, and then they accept it quickly, and you're like, no, but I'm not done.
I had this whole thing for you, set out for you.
Yeah, so I feel like
that's amazing.
But I got this one, and it's just I urge you guys to go to Italy and fight with an Italian person. At least go to Olive Garden and make them angry.
Fight with an Italian person.
Yeah. You have to.
You have to. I've never fought an Italian person.
I never physically fought.
Okay.
I just got yelled at by. Have you
ever physically fought?
I've never been in a fight. I've been beaten up 45 times. I've never been.
You counted?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
People don't do that? You don't have like a thing?
That's actually what all my tattoos are.
Oh, yeah?
Every time I got my ass kicked.
Oh, cool. What number are you on?
I lost count.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Right, awesome. I need to get tattoos.
Yeah, you don't have any yet?
No, what's wrong with me?
I had just assumed you're just like one of those people who doesn't want to show off. And you're just like like full.
Like my problem is I'm skinny fat, and I feel like if I got like, I don't know, I feel like it would be, I need to get like in shape.
No, or you could just go full fat. Like you don't be skinny fat, or you just can't be in the middle.
I hear, yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah. I just worry about stretches and but you're right. If you're fat, you just commit to it, then it's cool. Yeah.
Yeah. And then if you lose the weight, you just get it touched up afterward. You know, if you go back to the shredded look.
Is that what they
do? There's like a whole way. It's like a whole community of fat, skinny, and regular fat. And it's like the human race or something like that.
Where's this community? It's in America for sure. It's probably at Chick-fil-A actually.
Yeah. You like Chick-fil-A?
I don't think I can say that out loud.
Listen,
I don't give them my money, but I go in there and I steal their chicken.
That's smart.
Yeah.
That's a good way to play the fence.
I say, give me all your chicken, and I don't show a gun or anything. I don't own any guns, but I just threaten them. I let them think what they want to think. I don't know what this bit I'm doing right now.
I'm going to let you roll with it.
I don't know.
I think it's great, Taylor.
I make people worry about their lives. I fear for their lives so I can get free chicken. Yeah. I don't want to give money.
It's also, I mean, I just like how you went into this new character that was like somehow you are intimidating, but like everything else leading up to that, you're talking about how unintimidating you are.
I think I'm like,
it's a chameleon. It's really just it's great to see you work.
Is it good? Thank you. By the way, is it good for the show when I'm eating ice?
Absolutely. Well, I got snacks down there for you too. I just didn't want you to, that's some truffle nuts, some peanut M&Ms.
Truffle nuts?
Yeah, truffle nuts.
That's a weird snack.
It is.
What the fuck is a truffle nut?
It's a truffle flavored nut. It's a macadamia nut with truffle flavor.
I hate everything about it. What are they?
You don't like truffles?
I don't want it. What is that?
That's just a pub mix.
Okay.
Get it from Costco. Do you go to Costco?
No, but I'm new to being an adult.
Okay.
Like I bought a townhouse.
Okay.
And now I say things that my mom used to say, like, how am I gonna pay this mortgage? You know? But I say it to myself because I'm lonely. So like I started like stalking.
You gotta get a dog. Then you can talk to the dog.
I want to get. I babysit. I dog sit my friend's dog sometimes. Mm-hmm. Like, cause I love them. Like my cousin has a dog, and then my friend is a Labradoodle. And I watch them, and like I literally just I have conversations with them, and like
it's the best.
Like, no joke. Like, do you ever like talk to your dogs?
Yeah, I do. I mean, a lot more before I had a son.
Right. I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, but they get moved down the side when you have kids.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm not there yet.
nah.
But yeah, I want to get a dog, but you need like someone to watch it when you travel.
When you travel?
And,
No, if you get a small one.
Yeah, I don't. Like, do you travel with your dog ever?
Yeah, we actually used to travel quite often with our Yorkshire Terrier.
Yeah.
'Cause he's small. You just take him with you, go on the bus. You get one of those fake things that says that they're like your stress dog, and you take him on the plane.
Yeah.
Most people who are listening to this are like, you're one of those fucking asses with a dog on. I was like, yes, I was. I don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
Just because I have a son. Again, he.
Right. They're like, you're just the support baby. You don't need it.
Yeah.
In Italy, I kept seeing all these dogs, and I was like, oh my god, the dogs are so much more beautiful here. But I realized I do that in every country I go to. Like, the women are so much more beautiful here.
I love that. I've heard that, like, my sister-in-law and mother-in-law, like, will tell us after they've been on a trip how much better it was than where they are. And I'm just like, and it's almost insulting to me because I've been traveling for 20 years for work. And I'm like, I get it. No, there's some beautiful places in the country. But, and there are other places I would live as well, but like I just can't beat Southern California in my head. I'm born and raised here in Huntington. You were born and raised in San Diego area.
San Diego, Del Mar,
yeah.
Hard life.
Yeah, we were roughing it all of our lives.
But it honestly, because Del Mar's like, people who know, they're like, I'm from Del Mar, like, oh, look at you, like, and then I had a nanny, they're like, oh, a rich kid. I was poor, I was not poor, but I was like Del Mar poor, because I'm a divorced single mom, So we had like a townhouse, but like my mom was like broke, and my dad, it was like a shitty dad who didn't pay child support and stuff.
Okay.
And then so like my mom was like, we were like broke, but we lived by the beach. So like I had like friends who were like filthy rich. Who were like, I remember my friend lived in like a gated, super fancy gated community, and his house man drove me home, and he's like, "Oh, is this your summer house?" And I was like, "Yeah, and winter and spring and whatever the other one is, I don't know." And but my nanny, she was like lived with us, but I don't think she got. It wasn't like I'm rich and I have a nanny. It was like a lady who was not paid legally.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And like,
and
she's my family, and I love her. And but I don't think she was making $100,000 a year. Like, she's not like Paris Hilton's nanny. I mean, she's better. I love her. Lydia, if you're watching this, she's a big fan.
If she was, she turned off a long time ago.
She loves your But anyways, but I didn't know how good I had it until I moved to LA and New York, and I was like, wait a minute, the world's not the way I thought it was.
Yeah, there's great things about every city, in my opinion, that if you've been there enough, you start to learn a few things.
Except for Dayton, Ohio.
It's actually where my dad's from, too.
I love Dayton, Ohio. Honestly, I don't know if you listen.
I'm totally teasing. My dad moved out there. My whole family's born and raised here in Southern California, so like...
You lied to me?
Yeah,
in front of all these people?
And, yeah, it's
my show. That's fair enough. I judge cities by if they like my jokes. I'm talking Italian. If they like my jokes.
I love how much it's coming back, man. Every time. As soon as you start to get comfortable, it comes right back.
Right? But I judge cities by if they laugh at my jokes or not. I had a bad time at Dayton. I didn't go anywhere or do anything, so I just hate the city. But I'm sure it's a lovely place.
I had that. We had that in Philly.
Was Philly or a shitty town?
Not anymore. But when we first started going there, they were like the best worst hecklers, because they would say things that were like, oh, you got us good. They're like, other hecklers, you're like in your early 20s, you kind of get pissed, and like we're in a metal band, so we just like play harder and do, try and like win them over. But like, and it would work most of the time, except for in Philly. Like there was just a few shows like early on where they would like yell stuff out. Like we had this song called Second Heartbeat, and the woes were extremely similar to the woes in a Pennywise song.
Oh no.
And from the back you hear a guy full on Philly accent. Right after we're done playing, place is quiet. Pennywise called, they want their woes back. And we're like, oh boy. That's a good one. That's a good one.
It's like better and worse when they get you. It's so rare, Yeah. I'm curious about like rock star heckles. Like my heckles are like, I can't even say half of them in public. It's just so horrible. But,
that's a funny contrast of those worlds, though, I will say, because even like in interviews, I do an interview or do something outside of this podcast, and if I say anything kind of racy at all, it just like becomes like this thing like, oh, did you hear what Johnny Christ said in this interview? Like, and I'm now this horrible person, and I'm like, I'm in a rock band. What did you think I thought? Like,
I've always been a horrible person this whole time. That's
but not like
funny.
necessarily. But when you guys say it, everyone goes like, not every time, but like, and it's getting worse for comedians. I understand now in the climate right now.
Yeah.
But like a lot of times, you could say stuff and just be like, it was a joke. People, I'm a comedian.
Yeah, now if you say something with a smile, like wink, wink, and then on paper you're just a racist person. I heard
that's why I video the podcast so they can actually see my reaction.
But if someone transcribes it, you're fucked. I've had very, very rare, but I've had I don't know which time I was racist, should I tell you? But like,
which time?
I mean, it's just, comedy's so delicate and people are so fucking stupid. Mm-hmm. I mean, like, if I can call there was nothing worse than comedian telling you a joke. But like, on America's Got Talent, which is why people come see me, it's because of that show. So the person who came out, so I did this joke on TV. I don't think they let me do it now, but they let me get away with it a few years ago when I was on. I said, I'm not racist if I ever have kids, I'm gonna make sure they grow up being friends with every color of the rainbow. That means no black people.
Shit.
So it's but like, so it's a joke.
Yeah.
And then anyway, so I did it live in.
So you're not actually racist.
I'm not. Well, I don't know about that, but
Jesus Christ.
No, I'm not racist. I dated a Blasian girl once. I'm not a racist.
Okay, that's the card it's the only card you need, right?
Yeah. That's an Asian girl with blisters. I don't know if you know.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it was something
Blasian.
different.
No.
That's what shows up in my porn search is no, I'm just kidding.
So then, is my career over yet? Joke's on me, my career's already over. So,
why did you wait so long to come on my show?
I know it's too late for me. You can't help me. It's too late. But then, so I did it live, and then a person came to watch me tell a joke, and then you riff more live. On TV, you're kind of structured, and you have a script. But live, I was like, oh yeah, you came to see me. You didn't know I was racist, but I don't know, I'm being goofy and this tongue-in-cheek as fuck, you know? And then this woman comes to me, she's like, I didn't know you were racist. I wouldn't have come to see you. And I was like, that's the same joke I did on TV. I'm not.
Yeah.
If you tell people, they believe the random words you say. I don't know how to.
It's hard. No. I mean, again, speaking with a lot of wrestlers now and stuff like that with the show, and each of them like have a story of someone who believed their character so much that they like will attack him. Like Jake the Snake Roberts famously had a razor blade taken to him. You know, Hacksaw Jim Duggan brought the 2x4 to keep people from kicking his ass when he was walking through the crowds at these shows in the Mid-South. Yeah. And it's like, okay, like there's a lot of people who just like believe what they're watching so wholeheartedly that they cannot separate the show business aspect with it, which is I don't fathom it, but it happens apparently.
And that's a whole nother level than what I'm talking about. But it's like I'm not a racist character. Like I'm not, that's not my shtick. I have like a couple of dumb jokes, which and I kind of lean out of that stuff now, honestly. But I don't know if people are stupid, but it's people are. I mean, when I did America's Got Talent, I did this bit, and it's on YouTube if you care to see, but in the finale, we had a repeated performance we've already done, which is for a comedian doesn't make any sense because jokes aren't funny twice, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm very jealous you can sing the same amazing songs, and then they're like, well, like I see a band, I want to hear you sing the same song 3 times, you know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, that's kind of like we're kind of required to keep playing those same songs.
Yeah, they'll be pissed.
They'll mad if you don't play one of the songs. You'll hear about it, especially now with social media.
Oh, yeah,
they
like,
complain. I was at that show last night. Man, I was really bummed you didn't play blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, we haven't played that song in years. Like, sorry, bro.
I almost,
or brah.
The singer from Tom York from Radiohead was doing a tour of only songs that aren't famous. And I almost spotted it. I'm like, I'm going to be mad. I would go because it's cool to be there and then be mad the whole time.
Yeah. And it's funny because a lot of artists want to do that. And they're like, they want to like, show like I have other things that I like to do too, but like it's hard because I don't know how it is with comedy, but with music, it's their one night to get out and do something. And like they don't see the rest of it, like what you're touring or anything like that. It's that one night, and they want to pay their hard-earned money. They want to be entertained the way that they want to be entertained on that particular night. I get it. I understand why they might want that. You know, it makes sense.
And rightfully so. It's about them, not about the performer. You know.
A lot of times, you can't be too selfish with it. You know, you gotta. There's a balance to it. I feel like.
Yeah, and as a comedian, like I'm on 5 different tangents, but like sometimes my family will come see me. They'll see me like more than I hate family coming to see me, but like I was in Chicago like 3 times this year for some reason. So my family comes every time, and I politely say, you don't have to go, and they want to go. And I don't have a new hour every 3 months, you know? So they're like, oh, you did the same jokes I saw you do last time. I'm like, yeah, fucking Uncle Mark. I'm not everyone fucking person saw me in Rosemont and saw me in Schaumburg 3 months later, then saw me in fucking Vernon Hills 3 months later, you psycho.
Yeah.
But it makes me feel bad. Then I'm on stage thinking my Uncle Mark is like saying to his wife, yeah, I know, you repeated some jokes. I don't know. He doesn't write, you're not writing anymore? Like, and then actually I did do 20 minutes of different stuff.
We should get a hashtag fuck Uncle Mark.
Listen, Uncle Mark, if you watch this, he's watching. I bet he'll say he watched it, but he's not gonna watch it.
No, that'll be even better. You saw it? You saw the hashtag that we said, you saw our shout out for you, and you'll be like, yeah, that was great.
Dude, have you guys ever done that kind of thing where like, there's this famous story that I don't know if it's true, but I hope it is, when Ben Affleck and Matt Damon wrote Good Will Hunting,
okay.
It was like so in demand, and they wanted to make sure that the people who wanted to buy it really wanted it, so they put it's like urban legend, but I think it's true. They put like a gay sex scene in the middle of the movie, like a non sequitur gay sex scene in the middle of it.
This is the first time hearing of it, but
and then because people, so they went to meetings waiting for someone to be like, I love the movie, but there's this one scene that just kind of makes no sense at all, has nothing to do with the story. There's 2 guys having sex, which is a wonderful thing to do, but it just doesn't fit. Doesn't fit the story.
Also, when Good Will Hunting came out, that wasn't the climate and everything. It wasn't as accepted as it is now, which is great that it's accepted now.
It's a beautiful thing.
I was trying to be serious that time.
No, but it's funny. Like we're all scared for our lives now. Like,
that was a career saver right there.
Anyways, but they went with the studio who was like, we like it, but there's this one scene. They're like, oh, you actually fucking read the script.
Yeah.
Anyways, so we should put like a gay sex scene in the middle of this. So I know my Uncle Mark watched it. He actually loves gay porn though, so he's gonna skip to that part.
Yeah.
Which is a great thing to skip to if you watch it.
Getting a little off topic here.
Also on America's Got Talent, I had to do this thing where I repeat something again. It doesn't even matter. Why am I telling this? So I did this whole shtick where I repeat jokes, but I made it. I wrote a whole thing where I'm saying the jokes, and then I bring out a guy in a camel costume. I had a joke about a camel. I just kind of made it self-sabotage you, but it actually ended up being like really cool and fun and weird. And in rehearsal, I was like, "Oh my God, this is horrible. Everything's falling apart." And he saw it, and I don't think he was supposed to, but he was really cool. He said, "Hey man, don't say out loud this is not going well, because people believe you. Even though they're laughing, they still think, oh, it's not going well. People don't get." You're laughing. You're having fun.
Yeah.
But if I say you're not having fun, they think, oh, it's...
Oh, then they go, oh, maybe I'm not having fun.
Because I'm like a self-deprecating comedian.
Yeah.
The best set I've ever had in my life was like years ago, a long time ago. And I remember I was like 20.
Did you see that, by the way?
What are the signs? There's a sign. Was I supposed to look at it?
No, that was for me.
So yeah. It just got dark. Is it like 5 hours from now?
Yeah.
I was like, I have to leave in an hour. It's like midnight.
Yeah.
But what's the point? Like I had a set, and it went very well. I'm amazing. And
yes, you are.
Oh, thank you. You say so. Man, I didn't say it. You said it.
I said it.
And then, but I remember the whole time I'm like, oh my God, this is horrible. Like, oh God, this is the worst set of my life. And they're laughing because I'm being an idiot. And I remember someone came up to me. They're like, hey man, I thought you were funny. I don't know how to articulate what I'm saying. I have a lot of people they fucking are. I hate everybody, but please come see me live. Give me your money and live.
Do you still have a relationship with Heidi and Stern? I saw the video with Heidi. That was hilarious, where she plays your wife. So that was a bit though, right? Okay, cool.
Well, I don't understand.
She's still your wife? You guys still together?
I mean, she got married. I don't want to say anything more, but she's married. I wish her well. We don't talk about our private lives.
I got you.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I misread it. I thought it was a bit, and yeah. I don't know why I thought that. I guess it goes back to, someone on the outside watching you and not quite getting what was happening.
You don't get it. It's fine. You don't think, you think like why would a guy like me be with some trash girl like her,
That's, something like that.
Like, she's pretty, but I mean, I don't know,
She doesn't have anything else going for her.
I mean, what are you? You're just a gorgeous, successful, beautiful, wonderful face.
She's got everything going for her.
Yeah, she's great. No, yeah, I have a career thanks to her being, playing along with my, crazy, that was years ago, and that was years ago, and I'm still, people come up to me, if I get recognized, it's like, hey, where's Heidi? Because if you watch my clips on YouTube, I'm Taylor, I don't know, whatever. But I have my whole journey on America's Got Talent, and they brought me back for things over the years, and my shtick was her, and I got to have a storyline on a reality show, which does it on a competition reality show, which doesn't really happen. So it's very special, and 100% the reason I got far was because of her, and the reason I have a career is because of her. So people come to me, they're like, "Did I just break something? Was that me?" Oh, that was me.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what that was.
Who was in charge of this? And then I'm talking about me. Everyone, shut the fuck up. So unprofessional. Jake Snake Roberts, there was no things falling in the background.
There wasn't actually. There was
more respect.
Way more professional, way more set up.
Anyways,
I'm sorry.
People say where's Heidi? Then I'm like, she's in the car. I don't know. After the first year, I'm like,
have you been on the Howard Stern show too?
No, okay. I did the wrap-up show, which I loved. I love. Are you a Howard Stern fan?
I am, yeah.
He's my favorite thing ever. I want to so much. I asked one of the producers there if I can be on the show. I'm quoting. You can say a bad word if you're quoting somebody. Is that the rules?
What?
You can say a bad word that you're not supposed to say if you're quoting somebody. Are you allowed to do
that? On what?
Can you say a horrible word that you're not allowed to say anymore? And you're quoting somebody? You tell me.
I don't care what you do.
That's not the answer. I don't care what you do is not the answer. That's not what I'm looking for. It's your fucking career to look.
No. You already signed the release. You can say whatever you want.
What the fuck? I've never signed a release for a fucking podcast. I've done big podcasts.
I think that's the thing. I'm going to go with it. Yes, as if you're quoting somebody else.
I'm not going to say the word.
Don't say the word, but you can.
It's not a funny story if I don't say the word.
But say something that sounds like.
Okay.
You never played that game before?
Yeah, I got you. So he said, "Listen, Howard loves you. Everyone here loves you. Right now, we're only booking A-list celebrities and." Retarded people?
Okay. I don't know that that's a word, but it definitely rhymed with something.
I don't know. It's just someone with a speech impediment was saying that word, and he's like, "You're kind of in the middle." And I was like, "Yeah, I guess." So
was that a compliment that you were somewhere in the middle?
I mean, I kind of wish I was a whack packer, then I would fit in.
Oh, so it was a whack pack.
So it's high pitch Eric and Paul McCartney.
I gotcha. There's nothing. Yeah.
So I love.
I'm definitely somewhere in between that too. So I gotcha.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. Yeah. Have you gone on the show?
No.
God, he's really into music. Do you have any idea if they like you?
I have zero idea. If someone over there knows, give me the answer.
You guys could probably get on the wrap-up show at least. A lot of people do that and they introduce themselves so they don't know, but I'm sure they know you.
I have zero idea.
Listen. Hey, Gary, if you're watching.
Don't worry, he's not.
Listen, I have to get out of here.
Yeah, I know. Where else can everybody find some Taylor Williamson?
Did I do good? I feel like I did bad.
I think you did really, really good.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I thought you were funny.
That's literally the worst thing you can say. I don't know what's worse, actually. What's the music equivalent to this? It's that, or you're sitting next to someone else and they're like, "You were so funny then." "Hey, you were funny too."
No, yeah, it's like, "Oh, you were up there too, weren't you?"
Yeah. Oh. Do you ever get that?
Yeah, "Oh, I love you, Sinister Gates. You're rad, Johnny. They're
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I get it. But
Do you ever get that when you weren't even playing, like, and like someone's like, "Oh, you were so great," and you're like, "I don't know who you think I am," but you just go, "Yeah, thank you." Does that happen? I guess you find out at a show that you're not on.
What's that?
I'm guessing you're not on it. You're not at a show that you're not on. Probably. This maybe doesn't relate.
No, I get. Yeah,
went too
I don't
far
know.
with this story.
Now, I got to get you out of here. You've taken all the time. You finally eat my food.
Should I go to Costco?
I don't know. Do you like it?
Let's go. Costco.com.
Yeah. Is that where they can find more Taylor Williamson?
Costco.com/Taylor Williamson is my official website.
Isn't it actually though Taylor Williamson comedy?
No.
Taylor comedy?
I'm on TikTok now, which is huge. The biggest cry for help I've done in the last 5 years, at least. I've done like 3 videos, and I'm like, what am I doing with my life? This is horrible. But do you have TikTok?
Yeah. I don't have one yet. We're getting it. We're in the process.
You're a big
so
deal.
slow.
You say we. That's how you know you're a big deal. I have nothing.
I'm doing it for the show though. I'm not doing it for
What's the show called?
Drinks with Johnny.
Yeah. You got this. It's got your name. Whose name is this?
That's my name.
Look at you.
I know. And it's in neon. I never thought I'd have my name in a neon sign.
You're doing great.
Thank you. You're doing great too.
What's your Twitter?
My Twitter is Drinks W Johnny because Twitter doesn't allow a big enough character for Drinks with Johnny.
I'm sorry.
I know. I'm working on campaigning to change that though, people.
Yeah, Mark Zuckerberg, if you're watching, call the Twitter guy, whatever his name.
Yeah, I was just saying that's not the Twitter guy. All right, man. I gotta let you get out of here. You gotta share the night. Thank you so
I
much.
didn't plug my thing.
No, you didn't plug your thing. I thought you already did. It's Costco
No, I just
/
sabotaged my career.
Oh, okay. Where can they find you?
At Taylor Comedy on Twitter and Instagram.
And you're on tour right now.
TaylorWilliamson.com. I travel around the country telling jokes, and I'm pretty amazing.
Very funny.
I'm in Irvine in about an hour. If you're at the Irvine Improv in an hour.
An hour from now on February 12th, 2020, there is no way in hell you were there.
You fucking don't believe in your fans. That's horrible.
No, we're not putting this out for another like 6 months, dude.
Oh, well, maybe I'll be, but they have me every 6 months, so maybe
Maybe it'll be back.
I'll be back. But listen, for real, I've enjoyed your music for so many years, and I'm
you.
so grateful that you guys had me, and I'm very special how Sam reached out to me, and he came to one show, and then we had a night with your dad. Was it with your father? Was it? With your mom? Excuse me. Right, with his mom. I remember very well. No, I really do, man. It was in Chicago, right? It was in Chicago.
Yeah, Sam's always in Chicago.
With Uncle Mark.
Sam and his mom always in Chicago.
They're friends with Uncle Mark. That's, anyways, but yeah.
Hashtag fuck Uncle Mark.
Oh yeah. I'm like, oh yeah, fuck Uncle Mark. I was like, why are you? Oh yeah. I was like, that's aggressive. I forgot that we had a whole thing. I was just like, you.
No, I don't even know Uncle Mark.
Just say nice things, but hey, anyways, I enjoy
Thanks for watching, Uncle Mark.
Thanks. Thank you for having me.
Thanks a lot, man. I really appreciate
now
it. Very funny.
I have a cold.
It's okay.
Yeah,
I'm good with it. I'm good with it.
understand.
I like the eye contact too. Head over to drinkswithjohnny.com and find some more of our show and go check out everything Taylor Williamson and go see this very, very funny man. Thanks again. Cheers.